world. Maybe a small. Here. Grilling me 1, 2, 2 minutes each side, 4 minutes down the hatch. Rare, please, and thank you. Hey, Shelly, what's up? I just thought that you might be one of the first people in, but hey, welcome. I prefer mine well done because after 2 weeks of severe food poisoning on my 30th, boy, do I prefer my food properly cooked and checked. Of course, I'll be first every time. Hell yeah. Like a good steak. Good steak dinner. Oh yeah. I got my roommate. He's gonna make some baked potatoes too. Got baked potatoes baking in the oven right now. Fisted by Nicole Watson. Marilyn Santos. Hello. Hey, what up? Nicole and Marilyn, if I'm doing that right. Howdy. Welcome to the stream. It's okay. I don't eat drumsticks. Yuck. No. I prefer boneless chicken too. I prefer boneless chicken, properly seasoned and sauced. I like like some taste in there. Let's see, where the frick is the... There it is. It's okay, sauced and tossed. Fuck yeah. You eat enough like a Korean popcorn chicken, orange chicken, just like any of the super saucy, good tasting like chickens from like Asian cuisine and stuff. That shit's so good. Oh my god. Chicken adobo is fucking legit. Missing your grilling shruggy. Missing your grilling beer? Nah. Well, you see, I got grilling whiskey. This is a slightly smaller drink because I am low-key kind of tossed right now, so I'm taking it easy. It's a slightly smaller drink with mostly Dr. Pepper on the rocks. Fun, y'all, having a grilling night. Heck yeah. Fuck yeah. Asian, well, Polynesian. Fuck. Pacific Islands? Which one? because I am Filipino too. I'm mixed, which is I like saying that I'm mixed because saying I'm a mixed Filipino is basically like saying I'm a full Filipino. Ah, makes sense. Exactly, Shrug. Exactly. Hell yeah, chicken adobo, but I prefer boneless chicken instead of legs. Agreed. Same. No, I like the chicken. I can just like, I don't want to deal with the bone. That's why I'm like, give me that old dish. Correct. Hawaiian and mixed too. Okay, nice. I'll put respect on it. I'll put respect on it. Uh, I've met I've met a lot of Tongans, Samoans, Hawaiians. They're like super chill people. And I'm not sure if we were. I think we were here for one of the last streams where I was like, "Yeah, no, my Tongan buddies I went to school with, they would also be like, oh yeah, no, Tongans, the Filipinos, Samoans, and all of them are like, we're all really good friends with the Filipinos." And I'm just like, "But why?" And they never told me until I finally fully insisted, and they told me, and I was mortified. Tommy Ross, hey, what up? Uh, Showity, yo, what up? Tommy Russell, Showity, yo, what up? Welcome to the stream. How y'all doing? What's kicking? What's crack-a-lacking? What's good? What's simmering in the teapot, yo? I'm chilling right now, grilling up some steaks. My roommate's got some baked potatoes cooking in the oven right now. Welcome to the stream. I'm Musical Pumpkin. Welcome to Musical Pumpkin Studios. Sorry, I'm fading. Been a very long day. I respect that. I understand. Uh, I sympathize. But no, you're good. I just started my day and I'm already pretty tossed. That's my weekend. I'm simply, preparing myself for the inevitable following Monday. Chores and beer. Chores and beer. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Just as the founding fathers intended. You see, you got chores to do, but you might as well crack a couple cold ones and at least make it enjoyable. Blast some metal. Put the earbuds in. Let's get to work. Fuck yeah. It's okay, Tom. I understand. You're awesome for stopping in. I hope you find some good rest, Tom. I'm assuming you and Shelly know each other, in which case, Tom, God rest your soul. Get some rest, brother. Welcome to the stream. See you around sometime, alright? Rest your saddle, brother. Even the horse wants some rest. Nothing like a good campfire in the horizon before you. Aye. Thank you. Sleep is definitely happening tonight. Yeah, I should channel. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine. Hey, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, no. Hey, Tommy, you got some good rest, man. Metal is usually how I do it, but saw you streaming and figured I'd drop in for a bit. Fuck yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is kind of it's really weird. It's like mobile streaming seems to be like the new YouTube meta. It's really weird. But YouTube is like definitely late to the short form content industry. I guess, or industry, well, industry? No, not industry. I guess it depends on how you look at it. You don't post in Phoenix Discord when you go live? I do. It's just that yesterday I had this weird thing where it was like being YouTube was being like super silly to me yesterday, and like it kept thinking that my phone upright was my phone rotated, even though I had the end phone setting off. So YouTube was being kind of a dum dum. But it's fine. It's working now because all I had to do was simply shut down YouTube through settings and then restart it. So yeah. Alright, BRB app. Something's missing. I gotta find it. Oh no. Found the thermometer. Yeah, I know. YouTube be dumb dumb sometimes. But yeah, no, my whole thing is like, I do want to invest in humor and stuff. So the whole reason I'm doing this, just for context, is that maybe they'll come in for the more, you know, genuine version of me, then hopefully stay for the stories. But I always tell people, you know, this is what I'm about. So you don't have to sub if you don't want to. It's totally fine. It's all good. Because I would rather you stay for something you're interested in than making somebody feel like they're forced to stay. So, one sec. Alright, my vision is horrible. I can read the chats now more clearly. So, anybody who's like, you know, new to the stream and everything, hi, I'm Musical Pumpkin and welcome to Musical Pumpkin Studios. I want to be a famous writer someday, so henceforth I have 2 series running on my channel that I have originally written and narrated myself. They are Fractured Stories and Playback the Lost Tapes, which are both 2 series that run alongside each other. They're both, I guess you could say, more or less in the same context or universe. But yeah. And I personally narrate and written them all myself. Save for one episode where I had Shrog, who's in the chat, who came in and voiced a character that my character that I was voicing was interacting with. So I do have some help along there. And also a shout out to Tnix10 for all the awesome ambience and everything. Or ambience tracks he makes for a lot of videos recently. He is a total G. You should hit up his channel because he's awesome. Yeah, total sexy Chad. You need to do it again. Fuck yeah. That's why you're awesome, Sean. I appreciate that. I wish I could show gratitude better. So, like, real talk, I'm really bad at showing gratitude. I'm really bad at, like, socializing. That's why I don't, like, in-person interact with a whole lot of people. But, Shrug, I do appreciate that. And I appreciate what you did, and I appreciate you being like, and I'd do it again. So, you're a G. Thank you. The steaks are a little bit more well done than I like than Grove would like, because he prefers his medium rarish. I prefer mine well done, because after 2 weeks of food poisoning and like severe delirium, boy, does it make you want to make sure your food is well cooked. He's like his well done, then I gave a well cooked medium. Hey, if you know how to cook a medium, do it. I like mine well done. I think I like mine with a bit of crunch. That's all. each his own. Hell yeah. Also, shrug. Happy Sunday. God be with you, brother. But yeah, no, my 30th birthday was like a hellhole because leading up to it, I had unknowingly consumed roughly 4 pounds of, well, maybe not 4 pounds, but I'd say 2.5 pounds of spoiled ramen. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, my body was not having a good time. The doctor told me whatever was wrong with me was doing a bang-up job of killing me. Yeah, no. Imagine getting only 2 hours of sleep a day and suffering from severe delirium. You have a brick in your stomach, a straight rock. You can't use the restroom really because there's no way for you to do that. You can't really eat anything because your body's processing plant isn't really working. It's just 2 weeks of hell. And the first time that I had more than just 1 hour and a half or 2 hours of sleep felt like a miracle. I thought humanity had finally united under one just cause. That shit was lit. That sounds miserable. Yeah, no, it was. It was bad. The second I was getting full, the day I was getting like full, like shifts of sleep, I was like, it was 2 weeks of misery. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, it was like 2, 3, 4, 6. Like, it was like, oh my god, I'm feeling so much better. I can sleep. But something interesting happened during all that. I end up, that period of misery and agony was when I adopted an appreciation for art. Understandable, but wanting well cooked food. Oh yeah, no, I never want to experience that ever again. I had COVID the month before that for 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks of COVID in December, and then on my 30th, I had 2 weeks of food poisoning. I rather would have had COVID again. I rather would have been exposed to a what I personally believe to be a bioweapon over that ever again. When you prefer the sarin over the food poisoning. But politically speaking, though, that's just my personal belief. No one has to believe anything that I personally believe in. That's okay. Y'all can believe in what you want. It's okay. I love you all. You're all sweet and awesome. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good, damn it. Just kidding. I believe it. COVID sucks, but that sounds awful. Yeah, no. At least with COVID, I was able to sleep. With food poisoning, it was. Imagine begging to fall asleep. You do, but you only get like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you wake up as mad as you were before you fell asleep. It was agony. That's definitely like everything going wrong with the body that shouldn't be going wrong. I'd rather like crash on my bike like 100 times before I ever experience that ever again. I hate stomach issues; those are the worst. Oh yeah, no stomach issues like how like there's like a dozen hundred different ways to screw somebody over with like an illness or something. But screwing over the stomach, like stomach bugs have the potential to kill. Because a stomach bug, I learned about this because I looked it up. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I looked it up and I was like, can stomach bugs be fatal? And it was like, oh yeah, I know they can be because it can get so bad that they have to cut out a piece of your stomach the parts aren't usable anymore because they got so badly damaged by the bug. And I'm just like, oh my god. Stay healthy, my friends. There's a reason we have health standards. It's so you don't pay, $15 for a McDouble that turns into a surgery. But yeah, that's about the long and short of it. That was agony, but it was weird because I look back on it and it's like that's when I adopted my appreciation for art because I was so fucking delirious. I was just like listening to videos of like by this YouTube channel Curious Archive, who went over a digital artist. Yeah, sorry, sorry again. Okay, we're good. Going over Simon Stollenhag's like art books, of which I own two. I think I own two. Maybe I own three. No, I think I own two. I own Electric State and Tales from the Loop. And because of how my brain works, I would just be delirious, and it's basically having this delirium moment where I'm like living these art books, and that's how I gain my appreciation for art. I'm sure when I'm sober, maybe I can come up with a better explanation. But yeah. Trust me, I respect most people enough to give them a sensible explanation of what I'm trying to purvey. Learn something new I am about you. Yeah, I know. I have a big appreciation for art. Even like, I have a big appreciation. People that. No matter how drunk I get, I'm still sober enough to realize I'm too drunk to be able to purvey things sensibly. So, 1 second. No, people at my work, my coworkers were like, "Oh, you listen to like rock or rap or something?" I'm like, "Yes, I listen to various different genres. I also listen to Mozart and Beethoven. I love me some classical music. I love violin solos." Yeah, this was dope. Around Christmas time, I'm listening to Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, all their Christmas songs and stuff, like from like way back in the day, like before our parents, like this was the stuff our grandparents were listening to, and I appreciate all of it. One of my favorite artists is Zdzisław Beksiński. It's a Polish artist. I'm probably butchering his name, and I apologize, but yeah. Zdzisław Beksiński, Hieronymus Bosch, a menagerie of others that I cannot bring to the forefront right now. But yeah, I love art. I love the Crooners. I think I've heard of a song. I think I've heard a song from them at least once. Oh, geez, I totally freaking kicked the vacuum cleaner. Goddamn. Sorry, vacuum cleaner. You back your ass up right away. There you go. Dino is my favorite. I have the Crooners and Dino. I'll have to like look at those later. I feel like I've heard a song from the Crooners at least once, and I really liked it. Dino kind of rings a bell, but yeah. I'm gonna go put some butter on the sticks really quick. BRB. By crooners, I mean Dean Martin, Bing Crosby, or Frank Sinatra. Okay, so okay, my brain was kind of confused there. So the crooners were made up of that group specifically. Okay, copy that. Crooners is a style. I grew up on their music and their movies. Oh yeah, I know. So Mild Man. So Mild Man was an asshole. The life turned him into an asshole, and over the years, or I hated him for it because it turned me into an asshole. Because his dad was an asshole, and life being unfair to him made him an asshole. My dad, and then in turn, my dad would be an asshole, and he would end up turning me into an asshole. But I'm kind of an interesting breed of asshole because I have learned how to be what I believe to be an acceptable form of asshole. Because everyone likes, most people adore an asshole who at least, at least it realizes he is an asshole and is trying to better himself. But recently I've come to forgive him because let me tell you, I think I'm starting, in recent memory, I'm starting to sympathize with my old man. I think I realized what made him an asshole. But hey, I'm back. It's always good to have some asshole. Fuck yeah. We'll have our moments, but you are breaking the trend. I am. I try. I try my best. I like sensitive and emotional asshole. I'm assuming you meant, when you said available, I meant asshole, but if not, I apologize. What's up, man? Lake Champagne! Lake Champagne. What's up? What's happening? What's good? What's crackin' What's that swamp pumping pantin' for? Give yourself credit. I do. I try. My simple belief is if God wishes one thing for any one of his children, be a good person. But also, well, in the sense of being a good person, be fair to your fellow man, but also be fair to yourself. Be fair to yourself. Realize the stepping stones that led you here. Every person is an experience, and every experience is a stepping stone. Now, that's not meant to be degrading or derogatory in any way, because any one person who is an experience, who is a stepping stone, is either a stepping stone forward or backwards. But the experience will stay with you, and the lesson will too. Popping in and out of friends' lives tonight since everyone is on the same time messes with me. I like structuring when we go on plan times. 5 people I know are on. Facts. Yes, sir. Yeah. I was like up last night before I passed out, and I was like staring up at the ceiling. I was just like, every person is a stepping stone. But I was just like, is that a degrading thing to say? And then I had to like formulate it better in my mind. And I was just like, every person is an experience, because every experience is a lesson. So hence, every lesson is a stepping stone, either forwards or backwards for the person. And I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes, fair, beneficial sense. A wise man once asked, why is there evil in this world? The wise man answered, evil exists so that men may know to do good. Simple as that. Humanity is like super violent, always in conflict, always at war with itself. God's children are simply stretching their legs. They're learning. They're learning over decades and centuries, what probably took those who came before them millennia to fully realize. We're just stretching our legs. We're learning, and that's okay. That's fine. Also, take everything I say with a grain of salt because we're getting like super political and religious right now. But I feel like I'm keeping it fair though. And if the gods wanted anything, it was to be, hey, be good people. It's like this one comedian I saw a reel of Instagram recently. He was like, Muhammad, Jesus. It was like, it doesn't matter who the messenger was. Did you get the message? All have fallen short. Nobody is perfect. Exactly. Nobody. If anything, I personally think that people who are like, God, isn't here or he hates us, and like, I don't think he hates us. I don't think he's necessarily coddling us either, because what is every good parent supposed to do once their kid gets old enough to leave the nest? They let them go. They let them experience the world. Life is yours now. The world is yours, kid. Good luck. He's just back at the he's just back at the childhood home tending the garden. That's it. He's just waiting for us to come back. We'll come back around Christmas or sometime. Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know how it works. Like, we have probably surpassed his expectations. Like, I like to subscribe to CW's Supernatural's like interpretation of God, where he's like, he doesn't hate us. He's kind of just, he's like, wow, my kids are doing really well. Nice. And a lot of humans down here could be like, we're living through hell right now. Be like, yeah, you're learning. That's life. If I'm offending anyone, I sincerely apologize. I don't mean to, but also, if I have that interpretation of the supernatural thing, I greatly apologize. But yeah, to the people who think God hates us, I don't think he hates us. No, I think he's just, chilling and watching us grow. We're learning. Literally, an entire universe is ours to set our feet in. Healthily, hopefully. Humans are smart and we know what's up. But yeah. A big part of understanding that better, understanding how to be a good person, is the part where I'm like, okay, Dad, I forgive you. I forgive you for being an asshole and turning me into an asshole. Because I understand what made you into an asshole. Let me tell you all a story. This is a story that I was told, and I vaguely remember, so probably there's some inconsistencies that are reluctant, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. No offense given nor taken, God as children, but we err and run away from him. Translate that for me, just so I have a proper response for it. I get the first part, but not the everything after taken. Well, no, actually, no, I get that God is children part. But we err and run away from him. So, wait a minute. Hold up. Brain function. Processing. I'm gonna try and read some pages of the Bible when I wake up this week, because I have a full work week ahead of me. That's gonna be fun. God loves his children. Okay, copy that. Yeah, that's what I was going for. But anyway, the story. So my dad was a lieutenant commander in the United States Navy aboard the USS Tullabee, which is a nuclear submarine. I've been to a submarine graveyard in Washington where they have all the fins the decon subs, and each each fin from decon sub is its own sub's grave or grave marker. But anyway, he was lieutenant commander aboard USS Tullabee, and there were, I think, I would make him like second in command or something. I'm not exactly sure. But there was somebody above him who was the top dude, who was a dick to everybody. He was born with a whole ass vacuum cleaner up his ass. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if his parents loved him or not. I'm not sure if he had a dick worth the britches he was wearing. But he was a dick. He was a piece of shit. And he just made it everyone's business to be in as bad a mood as he was. I'm not sure what the hell was up his rear. Maybe his wife didn't give it to him that morning, but there was also another head dude who everyone really loved, including my dad, because I'm assuming his ass was screwed on correctly and wasn't like, tight and chafing. Because this was a dude that my dad loved and all the crew loved, like everybody loved. There was a good one, there was a shit one. And so, one important momento un importante. Now, if I butchered that Spanish, I sincerely apologize. But there was one moment where my dad had to be exposed to the full brunt of this dude's dick-ish mood. It was on the bridge. It was while they were at sea, submerged. So it's not like they could just be on the or have the submarine surface and then go up on top deck and have their pissing contest there. No, they had to have it on the bridge. And guess what that dick ended up doing to my dad? Getting him demoted to a stateside supply officer. Which, according to a lot of vets that have told me, that's still he still got to keep his pension and everything, so it wasn't some losses are worse than others, But because of that, my old man made it a point. As a drunken asshole as he was, he made some good points. And one of his good points was, never join the military, they don't give a shit about you. Because if they did give a shit, they wouldn't have allowed a fuck ass like that into the military. People tell me, oh yeah, I know, you can join the military. No, selection is just selection is a...
Potatoes are done.
Copy that. Selection is a whole ass thing. It's like, people have told me that you don't need to worry about selection. Do you have a pulse? Can you stand up? You can enlist then. No, fuck you. If I have to be of a certain quality of person to get a job at McDonald's, so do you joining the military, home skillet. Quit letting assholes into our military and tainting its reputation. That's what I have to say. Fucking follow your standards. Because guess what? One example of that is a parent coming back being so mentally broken that they feel like they have to be an asshole to everybody, because the government basically doesn't give a shit about them. The military uses them, throws them out, and so and their kids end up being assholes, and that just taints the whole fucking batch. We don't need that. And there are probably, vets who will see this who will be like, we have a solution for that. And because I've never been in the military, I'm going to believe you because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I wasn't there. Only had to experience it and have the story told to me by my dad through, multiple servings of Franzia, which tasted like shit when I first snuck some from him. I think my dad really likes his Franzia stuff. How's it taste? Damn, that tastes like ass. Yeah, my old man was a beer and cereal in the morning and Franzia at night type of guy. He was a sailor. He was a lieutenant commander in the Navy. He was a sub boy. Gun, you've been able to forgive him? Yep. Yep. After everything, I'm just like, I sympathize. I understand why you had such a hard on for being an asshole. You were pissed. You were fucking pissed as fuck. And I can understand that. I can sympathize. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom right quick if I can. And let's see. Oh, you said the baked potatoes were done?
Yeah.
Copy that. Indeed. And in good news, I think you have done a lot better this past year. Thank you, Shrug. I really appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. I like to think I have. Like, if I had the ability to, if I had the power, I'd just be like, here, can I take, like, a little bit of property in the middle of bumfuck nowhere with, like, the best internet and everything, and just be left alone? Is that okay? So I take some time to mentally heal. But yeah, I gotta pop off here. I need to go to bed. Copy that, Shrug. Hey, you stay dope, stay awesome. Thanks for hitting up the stream. And you, sir, God bless. Stay awesome. Love you, bro. Keep up the good fight. Copy that. I will. We're holding the line. Speaking of which, I'm going to be speaking about this on well, kind of a weird transition. Trench Crusade, because I have a really awesome Trench Crusade terrain idea in mind, and I will go into general later and talk about it. But yeah, God bless. Hey, you too. I'm gonna use the restroom. Peace. Hey, Grove. Say bye to Shrog. He's on the stream.
Bye, Shrog.
Grove says bye. Probably gonna end it here. All right, y'all stay awesome. Stay dope. Thanks for hitting up the stream, and y'all stay awesome. Peace.